When speed and technology fall short, one idea remains. Don't beat time, live through it. Welcome to the concept of the generation ship, a self-sustaining world designed to carry humanity across the stars, not in one lifetime, but in many. Unlike cryogenic sleep or warp drives, generation ships embrace the reality of ultra-long voyages. If it takes 500 years to reach another star, so be it. The crew won't survive the journey, but their descendants might. But turning this vision into reality requires recreating Earth itself, inside a spaceship. Let that sink in. A fully enclosed, self-sustaining ecosystem that must survive for centuries. No supply runs, no planetary resources, just a sealed metal world floating through the void, with human civilization inside. And here's where the challenge begins. To support life for hundreds of years, the ship must maintain a perfectly balanced biosphere. Every drop of water, every atom of oxygen, every calorie of food must be recycled endlessly. Plants must photosynthesize. Waste must become nutrients. Atmospheres must remain stable. One small imbalance, and the entire system collapses. An ecological failure on Earth can be corrected, but on a generation ship it means extinction. There are no second chances. A disease that wipes out pollinators could doom crops. A genetic bottleneck in livestock could lead to ecosystem breakdown. A buildup of CO2 could suffocate the crew. Everything must work flawlessly, for centuries. And what about the ship itself? Mile-long structures, rotating to create artificial gravity, will face structural fatigue over decades of radiation exposure and micrometeoroid impacts. Even with advanced materials like carbon nanotubes or future metamaterials, we're still only theorizing how to build and maintain such massive constructs in space. No one has ever constructed anything of this scale in microgravity, let alone operated it without support from Earth. Then there's the social challenge, perhaps the hardest of all. Imagine generations of humans living in an enclosed environment, never seeing Earth, never touching soil, never breathing fresh air. Over time, their culture, language, values, and beliefs could drift dramatically from the original mission. By the time the ship arrives, the descendants may not even want to land on the target planet. They may no longer identify with Earth or its purpose. They could develop new social systems, religions, and governance adapted to their spacefaring reality. Hierarchies might shift. Conflicts may arise over limited resources. Entire revolutions could unfold inside a spaceship. Some experts warn of mission drift, the idea that future generations might abandon the goal altogether, seeing it as irrelevant or even oppressive. To counter this, planners propose cultural preservation systems, digital archives, AI historians, educational programs, even immersive mythologies to keep the mission alive in people's minds. But human culture is unpredictable, and evolution is inevitable. We may start the journey as one civilization and arrive as something entirely new. This possibility isn't necessarily negative. Generation ships could be cradles of new civilizations, petri dishes for experimental governance, social models, and philosophical exploration. Imagine dozens of ship worlds, each evolving in different directions, like interstellar tribes carrying fragments of Earth's legacy across the galaxy. Of course, keeping such societies functional over centuries means addressing psychological strain, inequality, resource control, and education at levels of complexity we've never attempted before. Do we design these societies as democracies, technocracies? Do we allow evolution or impose cultural stability? Even more difficult, how do we handle population control? Too many people, and the system collapses under strain. Too few, and genetic diversity dwindles. Every birth must be managed, every death accounted for. Ethical dilemmas emerge quickly. Who decides who can have children? What rights do future generations have over their inherited destiny? These are not just logistical issues, they're existential. And yet, despite these staggering problems, generation ships remain one of the most realistic solutions for interstellar colonization using foreseeable technologies. They don't rely on speculative engines or magical physics. Just time, patience, and human resilience. They ask not how fast we can go, but how well we can endure. And perhaps, in that endurance, we will discover something profound about what it means to be human. At Infinity Beyond, we believe the journey matters as much as the destination, and the civilizations we build along the way may be our greatest legacy.